Hello everyone, and we are back for episode 4 of Let's Play Disgaea, Hour of Darkness. Now, at the end of the last episode, I had a little bit of a conundrum about how I was going to do my master pupil setup for the rest of the game, and I don't think I quite explained what that was all about. I might have covered this in an earlier episode very briefly, but the short of it is that masters are capable of learning abilities, or spells more specifically, from their pupils. So anyone that Laharl hires, I will just go ahead and switch through to here. So Laharl is the mentor to Bell and Musashi. So anything that they learn, he can hypothetically learn. This is really most relevant for mages, because of something that I haven't quite explained yet, which is how elemental magic works. So there's there's actually 4 types of mages in the game. There's fire mages, ice mages, and wind mages. And then there's a 4th called a star mage, which they basically use neutral element magic. And the reason this is super important is because everybody in the game has different elemental alignments. Where is that list? It should be in this status menu. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, so if you look at the top middle right here, it says Laharl, Fire 0, Wind 0, Ice 0. Now what this means is, this is a percentage bonus set to your resistance, your magic resistance, depending on the school of magic you're being hit by. So Laharl, being a story character, is just completely generic and has no special resistances and no special weaknesses. Etna, you can see, is mostly generic, except she has an 8% increased resistance to wind. Most characters throughout the game, however, have a mixed system where they will have 1 neutral, 1 weakness, and 1 strength. So, Bell, for example, is going to have 50% increased resistance to fire. Ice will be 100% natural, and wind she will be weak to. She'll take extra damage from wind spells. And as you go throughout the game, pretty much these are all going to be randomly generated on every character. And the reason that's super important is because as you progress through the game, you're obviously going to want to be able to hit an opponent with whatever magic spell that they're weak to. Trouble with that is, your mages only learn 1 element at a time. So like, this here is a blue mage, and she only has ice spells. This is why, way back in episode 1, I started out with Clarice having an apprentice blue mage, red mage, and green mage, and she just learned all of the level 1 elemental spells from her pupils, essentially. You just park the pupils next to the master, and you have the master cast the ability until they personally master that ability, and then they can use it permanently. Now, in order to get more than 1 element, there is something in the game called a reincarnation system. In this particular version, it's actually called transmigration, but whatever. Essentially what that means is you can have a character be a specific class and learn things from that class, and then go talk to the Dark Council, which is right here. I'm not capable of doing this right now, but you can talk to the Dark Council, and you can reincarnate the character as a new class. So I could have an ice mage and have them run along for a little while, get to level 20, pick a number, and then reincarnate them as a fire mage and have them start learning fire spells. The problem with this is that the highest level of magic of each element is only learned by the basic elemental classes. There are no classes in the game other than Blue Mage that can learn the most powerful ice spell, and there's no character in the game other than Fire Mages that can learn the most powerful fire spell. So if I want a character to have access to all of the most powerful, or even most powerful, some of the most powerful, if not the most powerful, elemental spells, I have to level them up as an ice mage, reincarnate them as a fire mage, level them up, learn higher level fire spells, reincarnate them as a wind mage, and I have to do that for literally every single character that I want to teach those abilities to. And that would make something like teaching Flawn abilities really difficult, because she can't actually be reincarnated as a class, as another class. The only way for her to learn new abilities is from pupils. So, if I want to have mages that are flexible, basically, I'm going to have to be reincarnating my mages constantly in order to keep them up to date. And that's not very efficient, it's extremely time-consuming, so I elect for a master pupil, basically totem pole system here, where Flawn is on the top of the totem pole because she doesn't have any variability. She's just going to be inheriting abilities from her students. Directly beneath her on the totem pole is our new cleric, Kasumi. I just happen to like that name. And Kasumi is going to be learning all of the heal spells to pass upwards to Flawn. And Kasumi, in order to continue leveling, is going to have to learn offensive spells from her pupil elemental mages. So basically, Flawn and Kasumi are going to be our flex casters, and Ellie is going to be, how would I put it, sort of our research caster, if that makes sense. As Ellie goes up in levels, she's going to learn stronger ice spells, and she's going to be able to teach those to Kasumi just through the master pupil system, and Kasumi will pass those abilities up to Flawn. After Ellie learns the highest level ice abilities, I'm then going to have to reincarnate her to a wind mage, do the whole process again, pass those wind abilities upwards, and then with fire, and then with star, so that all of my mages will have all of the most powerful abilities. There's a question there whether at the end of that whole process I will want to then reincarnate Ellie as a priest and teach her healing magic, because this totem pole configuration allows Ellie to pass offensive magic to Kasumi, and Kasumi can pass offensive and healing magic to Flawn. Ellie doesn't have any way of getting healing magic. Unfortunately, this is not a ring, which is a little bit unfortunate. But yeah, so the question is, when we get to the super late game, do we want to go through the process of reincarnating Ellie as a priest as well, so that she's also a flex caster? It's kind of a pretty late game decision. Not really going to worry about that right now, but yeah, essentially these are going to be our two flex casters. This is going to be our research student, and we're going to add in actually a couple of new combat classes here. As I've mentioned before, probably a long time ago, the maximum team size on a map is 10. This is 7, so we can add 3 more classes in here. We happen to unlock some without me noticing, as we just leveled people up. Probably as Warrior and Brawler got leveled up, I unlocked them, so I will go ahead and cover those. Now these are going to be combat classes, and as far as I know, the master pupil system doesn't matter as much. There's a little bit of a thing that goes on with stat inheritance, so I'm probably going to game that just a little bit, but it doesn't make a huge difference. For example, I am going to create... Well, I'll show you the new characters we have access to. We've got a new type of brawler who has better starting stats. This I'm not going to worry about, because we're going to unlock higher levels of this as we go up. So we have our one brawler, and he's just going to keep leveling up. He's kind of our newbie brawler. He'll unlock higher level brawler classes as we go through the game, and eventually he'll reincarnate into one of those. We've got various zombies that we're also not going to worry about. They're not very good. We've got a dragon. These dragons are pretty good, but they're exceedingly mana intensive to make. You can see by looking here, it costs thousands of mana just to create one dragon. So that's something we can't do until way late in the game. Imps, just monsters in general, we're not going to worry about. New humanoid classes. We have a rogue. Now, rogues have really bad stats, just in general. They have some special abilities. I mean, just look at these guys. Look at their starting stats. They're all single digits. Their aptitudes are all terrible, 50%. All of their weapon aptitudes are D or worse. Like, they're just not good with anything. The only thing that's good about them, as far as I know, is that they can steal things, which becomes super important, like, way in the late game for some special stuff. But as far as actually having one for combat, like on a combat team, not so much. We do have the option of a scout. These are primary gun users, as you can see from the alignment in the top right. They've got an A in guns, and I actually really want to have a scout. They can go a little bit glass cannon because they're so ranged with their guns, but more importantly is they have a geocrystal ability that lets you manipulate the geocrystals on the map, which can be absolutely critical for some things that we're going to be doing later on. So I want to have one of these on hand just for that option in case I need it. Now, the reason I'm having Etna do this is because the way you pass stats up to your master has to do with your highest stat in general. I believe it's the highest stat of the pupil. So Etna, being one of our axe users, is going to be suffering in her hit rating. And as a result, I'm going to give her a student that's really good with hit, a gun user. You can see he's got 110% hit rating. So that as we approach the end game, his hit rating will hopefully offset some of her hit loss from using axes. So we're going to go ahead and have her create a gun user. And as you can see, making these is twice as expensive as the normal basic classes. Normally, for the total newbie classes, it's 1 mana for a good for nothing, 10 mana for an incompetent, and so on and so forth. This is double that rate. So we're only going to be able to get an incompetent. If we had her save up for a little bit longer, we could get to an average. But this has the same sort of situation that I was talking about with the brawlers, where higher level scouts are going to unlock higher classes of scouts. So it doesn't matter really all that much right now that we get the absolute best starting scout that we possibly can, because he's going to evolve into a better class anyway. So he's going to create Edna's going to create a scout. It's going to be an incompetent scout instead of an average scout. And I actually haven't really given any thought to names. What's a good name for a scout? Oh, you know what? We're gonna go full meme on this one. We're gonna go with Teemo. I mean, Satan would be more appropriate because we're already in hell, but you know, absolutely going with Teemo. And we'll give him a bonus hit just to increase his damage. Yeah, this looks great. Other creations we want to do. So we have our 3 mages and a totem pole. We've got Laharl as a sword user. Bell is going to be a sword user. Etna is an axe user. Musashi, I think, is going to be a fist user. And here we've got a gun user. So I probably want... Let's see, I've got room for... This is 8 characters. I want to squeeze in another axe user here somewhere. Let's see. It's gonna be an axe user. I guess I'll have Laharl created. Here's the question. I know there's some slightly advanced classes we can do in a little bit. Like, I know this from doing a little research. Once we get a level 10 brawler and a level 10, let's see, a male brawler and a male warrior, level 10 together, unlock the ninja, which is pretty decent, which I think our brawler will end up reincarnating into. Alternatively, a level 10 female warrior and a level 10 female brawler unlocks, what's it called, the samurai class, which is really good with swords, and which I think we ultimately want to turn Belle into a samurai. So we're actually going to need to get a level 10 female brawler and a level 10 male warrior. And between those two, the male warrior is probably going to be better as a long-term axe user. So I think we will go ahead and make Male... It's a good question, actually. Well, what are the advantages and disadvantages? Well, okay, it doesn't 100% matter right now. We don't need our long-term character decided. Pardon me just for a moment. Got some slight technical issues going on. Sorry about that. Okay, so yeah. Who our long-term second axe user is going to be is sort of irrelevant at the moment. I just really want to be getting these two characters to level 10. So I'm going to go ahead and create some of these and make them, I don't know, good-for-nothings. I guess I'll go ahead and make them incompetents, just so it's not totally terrible. Female brawler. What good female brawlers? If I followed UFC at all, cage matches, anything like that, could probably come up with some good names. Even professional sports. Well, I don't know. Just pick something at random here. How about Terra? In fact, let's do the cool version of the name Terra. And for her bonus, she doesn't really need the HP. I don't really want to make her more glass cannons. So let's go ahead and give her more defense. Terra the Brawler. And last but not least, we'll go ahead and create a male warrior that we will need. And we'll have him be... Whoa, what was the name of this? Incompetent. And since he may be our long-term axe user, but we're not really sure, let's call him Axel. And what do I want for his bonuses? Axes are strong in general, so I'm not going to worry about the attack. How about... yeah, I'll go ahead and give him more attack. And then I'll create Axel. Now, one of the reasons I'm doing this right this instant is I did miss a little bit of an information thing that happened in the game that I'm not going to be able to replicate. Basically, from what I remember, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to find the richest demon and we're going to sack his castle for war funds. Trouble is, the game wants us to do an interlude where we need a level 10 item in order to open the gate to the rich guy's palace. And we need to get one. In order to make one, we're going to have to go to the item world and level up an item. Now, going through the item world is pretty cool. It's mostly optional. It's almost 100% optional, except for this little tutorial bit for it that it makes you go through. But as we go through it, there's going to be an awful lot of leveling opportunities for new characters going on in there. So I actually want to get these characters started right now so that they can start getting boosted up. Because I feel like going, level 1 to 5 is pretty much the most obnoxious part of this entire leveling process. So going into the item world, we're going to have really good opportunities during the early levels to kill level 1 monsters in huge masses. So yeah, we want to get these level 1 characters out to get that going for us. We actually, I think, we'll start with our scout, and for our brawler, we'll give her our best weapon, and for our level 1 warrior, we're gonna give him... I'm gonna strip down my other characters for a minute. Because I really want these characters... Because the way items work and stat inheritance works, you can give level 1 characters really high-level weapons and armor and have them just crush other level 1 characters. So I'm going to give this brawler my best fist. I'm going to give her one of my best armors. They're all kind of about the same right now. She has the lowest defense of any of them, so I will give her the highest defense item. And the scout will get the second highest defense item, and the warrior will get this one. So now they're all... this is something I forgot. The alignment problem is not good for the brawler. Giving her plus defense items is not awesome, because she doesn't get full benefit from it. Like, this should be 17 defense, but she's only getting 8 from it. She's got, what, like a 50% alignment for defense? It's really not very good. So we're going to instead just give her a ton of health. That way, she can at least tank, and I can set her, and I can just keep her alive that way. Now, as far as this possible axe user goes, I'm going to give him Etna's Battle Axe, just for leveling purposes. I'm going to give him the best armor, because he's going to get the most use out of it. And this guy gets 11 armor off of this, which is pretty decent. Now, as for these other items... Let's see... I'm going to give the warrior the one with better hit on it, because he has the hit disadvantage from the battle axe. I'm going to give the brawler this Imperial Seal, and feel like I should do something for this scout. Something to make him a little less fragile. Let's see what we've got. Oh, one other thing. I also upgraded the store quality, so it's going to be selling us much higher quality items, but much more expensive, obviously. Let's see. Those are all defensive items. Do I have anything that I can feed to him? Yeah. We're gonna give him this Muscle Spirit. That'll give him a bunch of health, and then he can just tank things for forever. Alright, now we're gonna hop into the item world and just blow our way through there. But when we go into the item world, we have to choose an item that we want to go into. Now, whatever we go into is gonna go up in levels, but the difficulty also depends... The difficulty of clearing the item also wildly fluctuates depending on the quality of the item. So something like, see how like there's this common axe, and it's pretty much clearly weaker than villagers' axes. This is considered a lower tier item. You can actually go by the description in the very bottom where it says weapon, axe, practically a toy, used in everyday village life. This tells you these are different. This is, you could consider this like a rank 2 axe, and this is a rank 3 axe, or something like that. So we really want to find a rank 1 item to go into, which, let's see, which is staves, double slap. You know what? We will actually go into a piece of gum. It's not the best choice I've ever made. I could actually be leveling up an item, but oh well. One advantage of going into a gum is they have these bonus stats on them. So if you look on each item, you'll notice there's something on the stats in the middle on the right. It says HP, SP, attack, and there's values there, but there's also these little dots. Like this has these 2 white dots next to speed, and those are called residents, from what I remember. The way this works is when you enter this item, you'll randomly encounter some neutral characters, and I forget if you have to save them or kill them. I should probably look that up pretty quick here, but whichever you do, after you do that, they become active, and they boost the stats of the thing that they're assigned to. So coaches, they boost speed. So if I go in here and I subdue these 2 coaches, this is going to be a speed 4 item. But much more importantly, these residents can actually be moved between items, which can be done later on to make things ridiculously powerful. The reason I mention this about the gum is if you look over here, it says Manager and Statistician. And this is super important. Statisticians are one of the best things in the game, just because those give bonus experience for however many statisticians you have in your item as a percentage. So if you have 6 statisticians on all of your gear, you get 6% more experience from kills, and this stacks up to a maximum of 300. So we really, for the late game leveling and power leveling for optional stuff we might do later, we really want to be unlocking these statisticians. So we're gonna, oh, I actually have to put this item into my inventory. Hold on one moment here. She's giving us a quick rundown there. So we actually really want to go into this gum and start unlocking these statisticians. Now, so yeah, I've got these level 1 characters, and I've got 2 mages here that are capable of healing, and they have just a pile of mana on them from orbs. In fact, I think it is very unlikely. Nah, that's fine. Never mind. I take back what I was about to say. Alright, so we're going to go to the item world. We're going to go into this ABC gum. And let me actually save the game real quick here. If things go poorly in the gum, I don't want to lose all of my configurations. So, we're going to go into this gum. And if I'm correct, all of these guys should be level 1 or level 2. Apparently this gum is a little bit higher level than I thought, because there's lots of level 2s here. Now you'll notice there's just a million things going on with the geo panels. Apparently anything standing on teal is 100% invincible. So, that's pretty nice. So we'll start by having Terra. No, Terra isn't gonna work. I guess we'll bring out our scout and have him just shoot somebody. This might take a while. What is this? Don Juan. He's a manager. Don't remember what managers do. I should probably claim him if I can, though. I guess I'll try to protect him for now. Excuse me. But yeah, this is gonna take a little while for him to kill people. So... what's the best way to do this? Probably lift these and throw them off somewhere where they're not gonna do any damage. That might be the best way to go. But yeah, there is a lot going on with the Geo Orbs here. I actually really want to see what the bonuses are, because these are things I might want to try and clear. see, that's a rare battle axe, but I'm pretty sure I have a legendary battle axe. Let me check that real quick. Geopanel. Yeah, I have a legendary battle axe, so I'm not really too concerned about trying to get that rare battle axe. Where do I want to throw this girl to? Just somewhere, you know? And then this guy will take another shot at the Cynthia, I guess? Alrighty. Hopefully the oh, I'm pretty sure that manager's dead. Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. That was a strange heal. Hopefully the other levels will not take as long as this one does. I guess as they go up levels, that will be less of a thing. Down she goes. Heal this guy up. So basically I'm doing a quick experiment here. It's a little bit suboptimal, but essentially I'm going to try and kill off everybody in this map other than the neutral guy, and except I think he just died. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Oh well, that didn't work. Guess we'll just have this girl put the beat down there. My gun just isn't cutting it. I need him to go up levels a bit and get more hit. If I had like glasses or something, that would be a lot easier. Glasses are an item that just boosts your hit, and guns are 100%. 100% based on your hit. And now she's gonna kill that too, isn't she? Yep, yes she is. And what else is left? Alright, it looks like we're gonna have to do some throwing. So I will go ahead and bring my brawler on over, get Musashi. That guy just jumped down. Is there a ledge here? What? Oh, yeah, those ledges are connected. I'm mistaken. Okay, that means that she can go over here. She doesn't want to do that. She's gonna go over here. I want to leave that kill for my scout. If I can. That didn't work. Again. And I'm just going to end my turn, actually. I'm going to let those go ahead and jump down here and surround me on my invincibility square, so I have no issues. She'll get off some counters, soften some guys up. Now, he can actually kill this one. Good job. And we'll kill this, and that will be that. Excellent. Now we move on to floor 2. Let's see. A lot going on here. Red tiles. take 20% damage, can't use abilities, and enemy stats are increased by 50%. That's not a lot of fun. Well, I'm pretty sure that Terra is on a rampage here and can pretty much just kill this guy. He'll get a counter, and I will get another counter off of that, and he'll be dead. Yeah, it's interesting. I kind of want them to stand on the red tiles so they'll take damage, but the plus 50% is pretty savage. So I guess I don't want that, so I should probably put her right here. As far as this guy goes, go ahead and have Axel start getting some work done. I'll put him right here, I guess. Now, if they gang up on Axel by standing on those red tiles... Oh, right, I forgot. The, monsters cannot move across the base panel, which is really handy here, because he's just stuck. Move her out of the way? Question mark? Let's see if he can secure this kill. He probably gets it with the combo. Yeah, it's good enough. And we'll take Flan, I guess, who has, relatively speaking, 1,000,000 mana. Bring her out and heal this up.
Lord, give me strength.
I did do some leveling in between there in order to get Flan some abilities and whatnot. Let's see what else. Now, ultimately, I'm gonna have to throw somebody across this pit, and that's gonna be an interesting ordeal. I don't know. I think Terra can probably take it, but I'm gonna let this tick for one more turn. And then I'm going to bring out Teemo to try and get some work done on this guy. Excellent. Get a little level up there. And then, nope. Wrong lift. Let's see if we can throw her across. Let's see how she does here. Who do I think is most... We should probably stand on the least dangerous square, so not next to any reds. And also give as few enemies as possible the ability to stand next to us. That kinda hurt.
I'll finish this.
But she's doing fine. Killing that one, going up levels. Let's see. I believe the thing she took a lot of damage from was that guy. So she'll just lay the smackdown on this guy, get countered, lay the smackdown again. Actually, we're gonna have her go ahead and move into the corner, just so she'll be closer for healing, because otherwise I'm going to have to do an area of effect heal, which is going to cost double mana. And I do want to think about conserving my mana over the course of the game. Not the game, sorry, rather this entire dungeon. Because the thing is, if you haven't noticed, we don't get to go back to the castle in between forays, or in between levels in the item world. So pretty much once we're in here, it's a huge endurance match. So you really want to conserve your mana, use really resilient characters, take as little damage as possible. You know, like I said, endurance match here. Now, some people might be Some of you might be wondering why I'm not just moving on to the next level as quickly as possible. Because technically, in order to get to the next level of the item, you only have to go into this gate. So you just kill the guy on top of it, and you step into it, and you can go to the next floor. But in order... Actually, don't 100% quote me on this. What I remember from the last time I played this was that in order for an item to go up a level, you actually have to clear the floor. So if I want to make a level 10 item, so I can unlock the next part of the story mode, I need to actually clear all of these levels. Anything I skip, I'm going to have to get from a later level. So basically, if I skip floor 2, and go to floor 10 and clear it there, it's only going to be a level 9 item, and I'm going to have to clear floor 11. And floor 11 is definitely harder than floor 2. So really, in order to get a low level, you know, the easiest level 10 item I possibly can, I really want to be clearing all of these out. Now, interestingly, there's a lot of bonus tiles here. Is there a way for me to get this bonus? Just because all that extra experience is pretty nice. I mean, that's multiple levels for everybody on the map. But I guess one thing at a time. We will move out Axel, and he gets bonus defense for standing on red squares. Therefore, we don't want people to be standing on red squares, so we want a red square not surrounded by red squares. So probably like this one? And let enemies come to me. Now, in order to transform all of these gems, you can't actually lift this. So, in order to kill this and have it do a transformation, I would have to lift this red gem onto this green tile and kill it, so it transforms all the greens to reds, and then would turn it back to greens. That makes sense. And that probably means this is the other... This is the other defense gem. So pretty much in order... I'll show you how this works when we get closer to actually pulling it off. I'm just going to end my turn one more time. He's just not going to take any damage whatsoever in this position. Oh wow, he actually took some. I'm surprised his damage isn't higher. I think he can just go ahead and kill this one. Looks that way. And he'll get a pretty important level there. And we will have... Flan, I think. Heal him up.
Lord,
And then she's gonna book it to the other side of the map. Because she really needs to stay away from combat. She's staying on the 100% defense square, and she should be fine. And there you saw the fourth school of magic, which is Star. Let's see. We'll kick her butt. And Flan will lift this guy and throw him, which will let her move back into... it will not let her move back into the home tile. So we'll put her right there for now, and end her turn again. Yeah, everybody's just going for Flan right now. But thankfully, it's an easy situation to fix with the whole exploitation system. You just barely hit that one. I'm pretty sure his damage should be a lot better. It's just that his accuracy is pretty low right now, so he's really suffering from inaccurate hits right now. I mean, if you check, his hit is 22. Yeah, I don't know how good that is. I believe he'll be fine. Yeah, when he gets a bullseye, it's fine. Oh no, damage! What am I gonna do? He can start boulder crushing things, but there's just no need to right now. He's just not taking any damage. We're just working on getting him some easy level ups here. He's gonna axe this level 1 guy. Not quite able to one-shot that guy. That's interesting. I wonder if... Now that I think about it, the no lifting... Is that no lifting things on green? Or no lifting while you're on green? Apparently it means no lifting anything that's on green. Alright, now the reason this is super important is we are actually going to do a full gem elimination this map, which you probably haven't seen, which you wouldn't have seen since episode 1 in the tutorial stage that introduced us to gems. Now, the way this works is a little bit interesting because hold on just 1 second here. Nope, we want some healing power. And we want her to lift this and throw it here. Okay, so the thing that happens is when you blow up geocrystals, as I mentioned in episode 1, alright, quick refresher actually, let me just do the refresher. If I kill this gem, well, it's on a green tile, it's going to turn all of these green tiles to the color of the gem that I killed. So it's going to turn all of these green tiles red. I actually don't have anyone capable of jumping that high. Sashi? Yes, okay. It's going to turn all of these squares red. But when it does that, see this other geocrystal? This is also sitting on green. Anything standing on green when it changes color is going to take damage. And that includes geocrystals. In fact, it's going to kill this geocrystal, which is going to set off the second phase of the combo, because this will now be a green tile destroyed, or I'm sorry, it will be a green crystal destroyed on top of a red tile, which means all of these tiles, which will be red at the time, will transform back into green. And the reason that's super important is because this gem over here is going to get killed by green turning into red. And this is the elimination gem. It's going to clear everything out and give us the big bonus at the end. So we're going to lift this, and we're going to throw it onto a green square. And more specifically, we want it on a green square that we don't have to stand on. because we really do not... Let me think about this for a minute. Because we really do not want to be standing on those squares when they're changing color. So, like, if I could get this gem to right here, that would be fantastic. If I could get it to right here, that would be fantastic. I think I can get it to here. I'll throw it here and then move it one. So Musashi is gonna lift this and throw it. Actually, I'm gonna throw it right here, and then Flan can pick it up and throw it onto here. And finally, this brawler is gonna get the heck out of the way. And I don't want to do this just yet, because the brawler is still standing somewhere that can take damage. Now, it is worth mentioning these have plus 100% defense, but they only have 7 defense to start with, apparently, so this should kill this no problem. There we go. Now watch the magic. This is definitely going to max our bonus meter. And come to think of it, I should have deployed more characters before this happened, because the level is going to happen. The level is going to end as soon as this is done. Because every creature on here is going to be dead. And I was really doing this for the bonus experience and the bonus gauge, so unless I'm mistaken, that only affects characters on the map at the end. So I really wanted to deploy everybody, just so that they would all get that bonus experience. And as you can see, that gives us a ridiculous amount of bonus gauge. And 24, 50, 100, 150 free experience. So that should have been some level for probably both my axe guy and my brawler. And no, and my scout did not get it, unfortunately. What is going on here? Nothing too interesting in the bonus gauge, so that's not worth dealing with. There's a whole bunch of level 1 guys, so since my scout is level 3, I think I can go ahead and have him do some of the work here. That's fine. Just gonna snipe out some level 1 guys. It is a little bit interesting that if I wanted to try and level a little bit faster, I would probably combine these. Right? Like, pick up all of these guys and throw them into one place. Yeah, actually, here's a funny thought. So this is the gate guardian, the gatekeeper. He does not leave that square. You have to kill him or lift him and throw him to get past him. So we're actually going to do something kinda silly. There. Now he's a higher level gatekeeper, and I can just stand here and shoot him. Except now he has spells. Fantastic. But I'm sure they are weak and can't reach this far, so... fantastic. We're now on floor B5, so... what's going on with the geocrystals here? No lifting on green. Anything interesting? There is a legendary witch's staff in the bonus gauge. So, are there other gems that we can throw around and do something interesting with? No lifting. Unfortunately, it looks like there are not other gems around, which means we can't do a full elimination. In fact, we probably can't even get our bonus gauge up to level 4. If our scout had 20 mana, we could do a geo transformation and re-randomize the geo crystals, but unfortunately he is not. Excuse me. Ah, he's standing on green. Can't lift on green. Well, let's see what kind of damage he can do. Does have an ability he can use. He's only got about 14 damage on that, though. So we'll just go through this the normal way. Now this guy can easily be combined with the Gate Guardian. And he can start shooting at the Gate Guardian. Now Flan's gonna come out and do some spot healing on these two. See, he can just kill her straight up. Oops. Phew. Gets him some experience. It's funny because if I remember, these guys get pretty overpowered later on. I don't know why I'm doing this with the Brawler. I should really be doing this with Axel. Let's have him. Let's bring him out. And he's going to go ahead and combine these just to get a little more experience out of them. And that's the Gate Guardian. And there we go. Stage is done. Ah, this must be the statistician, and we really want to get him. Anything interesting in the bonus? No, there is not. No, nothing I care about. So we're gonna have... Oh no. He's gonna pick a fight with the Gate Guardian, isn't he? I guess Axel better book it over there. In fact, I have a much better idea. Then I need Flan. I need Axel. Alright. We're gonna do a lift chain just to hurry up and get him over there.
I'll finish this. Be gone.
Yeah, that's fine. Now I think we're in a position where I think we ought to be able to protect that guy now. But let's be on the safe side, because statisticians are really nice. Nobody else I really... Well, I could bring Ellie out and have her do some damage here. Sure, why not? No, what are you doing? Well, at least he's not gonna die. A priest with a gun. You don't see that every day. Isn't that on the list of, like, forbidden priest weapons? Like, isn't that a Dungeons and Dragons lore thing? Priests aren't allowed to use edged weapons. Apparently projectiles are fine. Okay, you want to get back in there. The brawler wants to go over here and kick some butt. One thing I do like about brawlers, and later about ninjas, is just that they're extremely mobile.
I'll finish this.
Like, they have a base movement of 6, and that's just awesome. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to kill this guy. Yes, I am. Okay. Moving on to B6? B7? What's this guy? Manager. Yeah, B7. Alright. Anything interesting with the bonus? Sort of. I think the mage's staffs are decent. But I'd have to get up to, like, very high, and I don't think I can get that high. Oh wow, green tiles are invincibility. Well, this is a trivial map. Looks like I'm going to miss out on that manager, probably. Unless he coincidentally steps on invincibility, but he did not. And he's getting, he's taking a gang beating over there. I'm just not too concerned about that guy right now. I'm just not concerned about managers, that's all. Excuse me. Now it's funny because since I'm on an invincibility tile and they can't displace me, I can just sit here and do whatever I want. I just have to be able to kill the guy, whatever guy I build at the end. So if I do something like, let's take Axel, move him over here. Combine those two. Combine those two. Kill that guy. But before I do, I should probably probably soften him up with some magic damage. 31. Put this guy here. Attack is level 3. The cheese is real! This guy's weak to ice. And then I think my scout can go ahead and finish him off. Not quite. But he'll get it next turn. That's fine. Halfway considering recombining these again. 3 and 2. I think I should do it this way. So what's going to happen here is I think I'm going to try and combine these two. Make something level 10, I guess? I probably want it to be weak to ice, so we're going to throw it into this guy. So how do I do that? I guess I do this lift. And then this lift. Like that. Let's see how much... Whoa. And this is an ice attack. But only hits the square directly 4 squares in front of me. That's a little awkward for spacing, I should say. I guess we'll go ahead and just shoot him. 2 damage, what a surprise. One, two, three? 3 squares in front of me? Is it like this? It is like this. Alright, how do I want to do this? So he's at like 26 HP. I'm pretty sure she's gonna kill him if I ice. But I want it to be one of the other two, if possible. So he's gonna Boulder Crush, and then he's gonna Tri-Burst.
I'll finish this.
Okay, he got that kill. Oh, he's on an invincibility tile? I did not realize blue was also invincibility. That was pretty silly.
Safe.
Easy. And then I will bring out Flan to do some... Actually, let's have Kasumi do it. I think she needs some levels on her heal ability to increase its AoE. Plus we can spread around the mana usage a little bit. And off we go to B8. I think this is going to be a little bit of a long episode, just because I think I want to do the entirety of this trip through the item world in just one go. Nothing in the bonus gauge I care about. Yeah, so I'm just going to do all this in one go. Because there's... I just want to get through it. In fact... I think I've gotten what I need in terms of the leveling. So I'm pretty much just going to go ham and start blowing people up. Like, if I was feeling more patient, I would try and feed more levels to my, my scout, but I think it'll be easier to level him up later, especially after I get him some plus hit objects, something to increase his damage output, and I just don't want to take the time, honestly. You missed. What an idiot. Name that reference. That's,
You're mine.
Who Am I? Jackie Chan. Not totally certain when that movie came out, but... One of his... I like it. It's definitely a Jackie Chan movie. It's in that slew of movies he did that were, well, they were sort of like his 90s to 2000 action movies, like before Rush Hour. He just had this slew of action movies that he went through. Not real high budget, but decent all the same. Surprisingly, I can't really think of any besides of Who Am I? I know there's a whole bunch, but just can't bring them to mind right now. Anyway. And she should secure that kill? Yeah, she does. Now that I think about it, I should have named my brawlers like Bruce Lee or something like that. Maybe that's a little too cheeky, a little too cliche. Yeah. What's this guy weak to? Not ice. And there should be one more guy over here, which is just the Gate Guardian. But yeah, like I said, knowing I was coming in here, I knew it was going to be a great opportunity to get some level ups for my level 1 guys. You know, rather than spending an hour working on getting some level 1 guys to level 5, I could just come in here, do this thing I needed to do anyway, level up some newbies. It's all good, you know? Let's see. Attacks +1, clone, and invincibility. What's the bonus gauge look like? Yeah, there's some items I want in there. So I will try and set up a bonus, which thankfully should be relatively easy. I think? The gems might get awkward, but the map layout is favorable. Because there's like isolated enemies that I can just pretty much ignore until after I've set up the gems, so Teemo, let's see, blue is good, right? And Terra, blue is still good. And Axel. I actually won't bring him out yet. I'm not 100% certain what Clone does. We'll see how that goes. I mean, as long as it doesn't clone my guys, we'll be fine. This would be quite the experience farm if I wanted to. So this guy and this guy are just gonna permanently get cloned until I kill them. Wait. It doesn't look like it cloned him though. It only cloned one of them. I don't see a clone for this guy. Maybe it just picks someone at random and clones them. That's interesting. Alrighty. It's gonna be awkward. I need to hurry up and clear out the guys on this other side of the map, but how do I access it? Let's see. So I think what I do, I need to get somebody over here that has good jump rating. Can clear those guys out. So like, probably my brawler? Question mark? One of my brawlers? Just chuck him over here. Oh, that was silly. I could have just moved Laurel out. Yeah, whatever. Should be fine. He should still kill her. She'll counter, he'll counter again, and probably kill her. Nah, not quite. There might be a little bit of audio distortion going on right now. I do know what's causing that. I don't want to re-record this episode. It should be very mild. I'll have it fixed for the next episode. I do apologize for that, but it will be better for the next one. And if you're not hearing it all, maybe it's just happening for me. It might not be getting picked up. Speaking of getting picked up, I want Flan to heal her before she goes running off. So she can go there. Harl is gonna lift her and throw her. And this guy is gonna take a shot at him. And this one will kill her and go running off after the other side of the map. Wow, it did actually clone Laurel. Okay, no more standing on blue. Which is okay, he can stand off of blue. My Brawler might have a little bit of a tough time, actually. I think I need to send somebody else out over there to help. And she's just gonna continue clearing stuff out. Axel, I guess? Excuse me. Now, I do want him to jump down here. That'll at least cause these to start running over and at least get off of the clone tiles, which is the important part here. Yeah, so these are off the blue tiles now. Which might actually just be sufficient. Maybe that's all I need is for him to not be on blue tiles. Well, this isn't good. I'm in the corner, I can't move out, and these are no lifting tiles. That's unfortunate. So I guess I'd better go ahead and set up a combo on the assumption. And I'm gonna kill what's on blue first. Excuse me. We will go ahead and throw Bell over, just to help out with this clearing. Now I need to start thinking about my destruction order. So, I can't lift this. So red needs to be like the second to last gem to die. And this is green on top of blue. So if I kill blue first... I can't kill blue first. If I kill yellow... Alright. Running on the assumption that I kill the yellow gem first. Yellow, blue, and green are the gems on here. Now here's the trouble with that. If I kill this yellow gem, blues turn to yellows. There aren't any yellows right now, so just then blues turn back to blues. I guess this might not be known, but the way the destruction or the conversion cycle goes is clockwise in a square. So essentially, the gem that's going to die first is whichever one is closest to the gem that you killed first. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 squares this way, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is 9 squares away. So on the 9th rotation, it'll hit that one. This one is much further than 9 rotations out. So this means that green will be the very last thing to die, which means the very last thing to happen is for everything to turn to green. And that's not going to work. Because if green is the last thing to happen, then this red gem isn't going to die. I think we can fix that. If we put this red gem on top of blue. Because then everything will turn to red before it turns to green. Which means this will die when red turns to green. So, basically, I need to move this to blue, and then I kill this. She can't get up there. I'm gonna have to throw somebody up there, I think. That should fix that. Now, I just need to get off of colored squares and kill out these last few guys, and then destroy this yellow gem. Alright, I think this should work. I think we're pretty much set up. My brawler over there is gonna die. Pretty much end of story, he's gonna die. There's no way for him to get out of that corner, and it's on a colored gem, so not much to do there. These two need to get to uncolored squares. Okay, those two are safe. Flan is safe. Now, everybody's gonna die when this is over, so what's gonna happen for bonuses? Do I need to deploy anybody for experience? I might as well put Elion out here. And Etna as well. I guess there's no reason not to get free experience. You want to get off of that square. Oh my god, this is invincible. Ugh! How the heck am I supposed to kill an invincibility gem? I mean, you can kill it on a neutral square. If you kill it on a neutral square, how does that work for me? I mean, I could cut the yellow gem out of the cycle, right? Then I could just kill the blue gem. No, I couldn't. I could possibly kill the red gem, depending on its distance between blue and green? The other way to do this is to use an attack that displaces this gem onto a blue square. Like if I had a brawler back over here that used a triple strike from an empty square onto a blue square, right? So like if this gem were here and I triple struck it, yeah, we can try that. All of these people don't stand on blue. You're still gonna stand over here, and I think that's gonna do it for now. Alright, Laharl is gonna lift this and throw it here. And my brawler ought to now be able to kill this using a triple strike. Except she's standing on a tile now. Is there any way to get around that? I don't think so. So she's gonna have to bite the bullet and just die. But that's okay, because we're on the second to last level anyway. I don't need her for the final level. Or 10th level, I should say. Okay, so that kills that and displaces it a square. And now we get this crazy combo going. So, blue turns to yellow. In the process of blue turning into other colors, it blows up other gems. So, all of yellow is now turning to red, and it looks like red is going to turn to green. Yep. After this, now red turning to green is going to kill the elimination gem. And we still have a conversion of blue to happen. So it's going to go red to green to blue, and then blue to elimination. It does look like one of the enemies over in the corner was not standing on a colored tile, so he's not going to die to this. So I'll have to go hunt him down. And my brawler might survive. That should be an easy full gauge. Oh, no problem. Stage clear. Give me the goodies. Alrighty, it's 10th floor. Should be pretty easy. Nothing I really care about in the rewards, so we'll just go to it. Turned out to be a pretty trivial little thing we did here. I mean, nothing really went above level 2 all game, or during the entire 10 dungeons, but wow, she has a lot of health. Actually, really curious. I have not yet used this ability, and I'm not sure how much it heals for. Oops. No. Oh wow, this is an AoE heal.
Lord, give me strength.
It's pretty good, actually. For 15 MP, you get 100 health to everyone standing around you. Hard to complain. Now, I will say, I'm gonna feel really dumb if this doesn't qualify for opening the gate.
I can do it.
You're a priest wielding a spear, casting offensive magic. I think he got something confused somewhere during character creation. How does this work? Jump back 2, charge forward and knock back. Okay, wow, that's pretty good. Pretty good damage. And then, we'll just go ahead and kill him off with my last bit of mana. Easy. Cool. Yes. Fantastic. Alright. Now, I'm probably going to be wrapping this episode up real quick here. Been running about an hour and a half, but I do want to check real quick and make sure. Well, that's just silly. Apparently, I did not bother to read the thingy, which says you must have a level 10 item equipped, and you cannot equip consumable items, so looks like we're gonna have to go back in. Gonna have to pick an item to go into and go do that instead. So, long episode. Long episode that ended up not really going anywhere. I guess we got some guys leveled up, but haven't really advanced the storyline at all. I guess we got some items and whatnot, but it's not how I wanted this to end. But well, you know what I'm gonna do? What I'm actually gonna do is, I think between this episode and the next, so between episode 4 and 5 here, I'm gonna go ahead and go into the item world, go back into the item world, and level up an actual equipable item to level 10, so we can advance the campaign. I don't think I will do another episode of us going through the item world to get a level 10 whatever. You get the idea. You went through it, whatever. Now I'll go through it correctly so we can actually advance the storyline. So that'll do it for me. I hope everyone has a great day, and that I will see you again for episode 5. I think we're on episode 4 now, so episode 5 coming up next. Tune in next time. Take care.